Welcome to another edition, episode number 56 of the Soup Shoes podcast. We got the whole crew, myself, Eric, aka 26 and 17. They're playing right now, and they're down 6 points, but it's still early third quarter. We got Ernest, aka Make the Trade, Get the Parade, and also we got Armani, aka Back at 500 again. So today, this episode, and also Josh, he'll be in a moment, due with personal issues, but he'll be here later today. He'll join us later today in the pod. So topics today. We had the surprising news that happened earlier today. Adrian Griffin was let go by the Milwaukee Bucks at 30-13, second in the Eastern Conference. But there's been some rumblings during this during this the during the this part of the season that in the organization about how he was coaching their defense, which was top 5 last year, is at 22nd in defensive rating. This month alone in January, they are 27th in defensive rating. There were also rumblings about Giannis not Giannis not liking the direction of the team. There was also rumblings about Dame Lillard not liking where he fit offensively with the Bucks. Also, if you remember training camp, you had one of the assistants, Terry Stotts, got into a little bit with Adrian Griffin, and Terry Stotts left the organization. And also, you had another incident with Bobby Portis after the Pacer game at the in-season tournaments, after the in-season tournament semis, in the locker room, Bobby Portis got a little into it with the coach. So there were little pockets here and there, pockets of smoke firing, and now they realize that it's still early, but it's still halfway through the season, and they had to cut their losses. So Adrian Griffin is out the door, and now there are rumblings about Doc Rivers being the replacement as head coach for the Milwaukee Bucks. So give us your thoughts on what's happening in Milwaukee and what do we do from there.
That guy Doc Rivers is fiending. He on the sideline like I need it. I need
and also he was the mentor for Adrian Griffin, basically. So now this happened early today with the reports that Doc Rivers is the next in line to be the head coach. We'll see. So give us your thoughts on that.
I mean, you pretty much explained it. The writing's on the wall. Bobby Portis got into it with him during the in-season tournament. Dame felt like he couldn't adjust to the offense. Giannis been having issues. And on the like jokingly side, Twitter's been having a field day with this. They said that that he was trading Giannis' brother. That's why he got fired. But all in all, though, like also we can't blame everything on the coach because we knew this. We knew this was going to happen this season. We said it when we broke down all 30 teams before the season, especially when they got Damian Lillard. We was talking about the pros and the cons of that trade. You lose Drew Holiday, you get Damian Lillard. So you're prioritizing offense over defense. So you lose your best perimeter defender, right? You have Malik Beasley starting at the 2 guard, who's not that great of a defender either. Brook Lopez is getting up in age. You can't count on Giannis to do everything. And then the guys off the bench is not that playing that quality defense that you once had when you won that championship. So part of it is also personnel. That's a big issue as well too. So yes, part of the coach, part of the personnel. But it's like, what can you do about that? So now, excuse me, you put Doc Rivers into the fold, right? Y'all know how I feel about Doc Rivers. Overrated. Uh, Constantly just getting opportunities. Fine, whatever. And I don't see him moving the needle. He don't make adjustments. And the Bucks, the way it's looking, they're looking like a second round exit. And I was having this conversation with a guy at my job the other day, and he was just picking not the dark horses, but the contenders in the Eastern Conference. He said Milwaukee. I'm like, nah, man, Milwaukee's not there, and it's not because they don't have the talent, is that they don't commit to the defensive end, that they put themselves in these situations that they can't get out of. So early in the season, in season tournament, the second in season tournament game with the Knicks, going back and forth, giving up a bunch of points. The first time around, Brunson was able to score 45? He had 45 on them, right? But
Yep.
not much you could do. And then last week, they got bailed out by Dame, hitting the game winner against the Kings, a game that the Kings should have won. So, yeah, you could score, but you can't guard. I don't think Doc Rivers really changes. Like I said, he's not really that great at making adjustments. So, but you know what? They might be all high and mighty on Doc Rivers. But let me ask y'all think that's the move? Y'all think it's what's 100% happening, that this is happening, that he's
Uh,
coaching the team?
More than likely, it's probably going to be Doc Rivers. Um, it's just like it's crazy that Doc is still living off this '08 championship run.
Crazy.
Despite his shortcomings that he had in the past with championship teams, still championship caliber teams. I just don't think personally that the Bucks are confident in the coaching staff, because when you fire a head coach, more often than not, like you do have the staff that have the same philosophy. Some obviously may be totally different than what
Right.
what the coach would do, but for the most part, it is one brain trust with the coaching staff and their philosophy and how they want to attack the game and their game planning. So I think a part of that is just they want someone from the outside who has championship experience and or playoff experience, and I think that's why Doc is being considered, at least at this particular juncture, because the guys that have been mentioned that I've saw haven't coached in a very, very long time. The likes of Mark Jackson, which deservingly should be a head coach in this league. Jeff Van Gundy's name came up as well, so it's like, these guys haven't coached over 10 years. I mean, aside from Mark Jackson, well, no, just around. So I understand it. Like, Doc is literally just removed from that, right? Like last season, he was the head coach of the Sixers. So, but listen, like, the vibes were off all season, between the Bucks and the Bucks players and Adrian Griffin, and you could kind of see it on the floor. Like, there were times where Giannis is like questioning what Adrian Griffin is doing. I don't know if you noticed, there was a clip that's been going viral on Twitter right now, just Giannis actually drawing up plays, which is like, all right, like, the players do that. Like, that's not out the norm, you know what I'm saying? But it just highlights it even more. So is it a surprising firing? Yes. But I understand, because like the vibes were not really there. It was really off in that locker room, and he didn't get the buy-in of his team. And when you have championship aspirations and you're trying to build a culture, you have to get the buy-in of your stars. At the end of the day, nothing else will work unless you get the buy-in of your superstar. So, and evidently Adrian Griffin didn't get that, and that ultimately led to his departure from the organization. So, I don't think the Bucks are in a world of trouble. Yes, defensively they have to improve, but that's also more so like I can't necessarily blame that on the coach like entirely, because when you lose a guy like Drew Holiday and then you add Damian Lillard, your philosophy clearly is we're going to go more offense than defense. We're going to try to outscore teams,
and
run
then
high pick and
also
roll.
I just think
So.
Sorry to cut you off, but I just also think that it was a talent thing as well too. Like obviously, because like Chris Middleton was always the guy to bail Giannis out, and Chris Middleton has been battling injuries lately, and I believe he had a injury that derailed him for contending for that title back in 2022. So you getting Dame definitely gives you that I wouldn't say reassurance, but just that assurance that you have a high level superstar, not an all-star, superstar on your team. That remember what we spoke about in that game against the Heat when Giannis was shaky, remember with that play where he threw up the ball so that way he didn't get fouled? Dame embraces those situations.
Yeah. No, he does. But again, like how the Bucks won the championship was defense. And again, I'm not going to sit here and blame Adrian Griffin 100% on that, because that's just effort on the floor. Like Dame openly admitted that he's not going to be great on defense. He said, "I'll be okay," but that's not like not what he does. Like he's never been a great defender his whole career.
I just rather you not say anything at all, honestly.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or just say, hey, like I'll make a concerted effort to make sure that from a defensive standpoint,
the D'Lo pitch, pitch.
Yeah. Don't do the D'Lo pitch. Talking about now, getting the stop. That's extra. And that's not what I do. Like, oh, what? Okay,
right.
That's not what we want to hear. So, yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, like I get it. I understand why the Bucks did it, but I just hope that they know that this is like any coach that you put here is going to have a difficult time defensively or getting the team to be better defensively because the personnel you have on the floor. You cannot start Dame and Beasley and expect to have a defense that can stay in front of people. They can't.
Right.
So it's easy to get to the rim. It's easy to go downhill and cause havoc that way. And I guess that's why DeJounte Murray's name had popped up from Chris Haynes about them being interested. But it's just they have to figure out.
That's a bad fit.
I mean, he's going to be, if they get him, he's going to be implored to do one thing, and that's just focus on defense.
Defense, I guess. I guess.
But
I think the offense, I'm seeing it from the offensive side of the game, and it's just cluttered. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I there's nothing more I can say. Listen, I understand what the Bucks are trying to do. I just don't know if it was the right timing because of the personnel that you have. I think they probably should just waited to the offseason to do it. But again, I understand.
Yeah. Agreed.
Probably they felt like it was getting away from them early. So
getting away, they're 30-13, and then the second seed in the East.
Yeah.
But defensively, especially the last two games against the Pistons, I think they felt like, okay, this is not working and we need to make a change.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like I said this like before our season started when he did our preview, was like, okay, are you sure are they going to be contenders defensively with a new coach? A coach that hasn't had experience.
Right.
So it's like it's a rookie head coach. So the timing of it was kind of surprising to some of us, but it's like, okay, the move. I guess they had to make the move because it's like, okay, we know our season is championship or bust.
Yep.
But here's
So
the thing though. You fire him 40 something games into the season. You don't think you don't think that you saw this writing on the wall when you first hired him? Like
then again, Giannis
like
was
it's still
pitching for
early
this
to me.
hiring. So
Mm.
Giannis was pitching for this hiring because
And he
there was a
pitched for the
report out
firing.
earlier today. There was a report out earlier today that there was a report out earlier today that he was not going to play under Nick Nurse. So
Who's doing a great job right now in Philly, but we'll get to that.
yeah, we'll get to that.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see. Very, very interesting time in Milwaukee as they try to, ride the ship and see what the next move is. You might have a you're gonna have, you're definitely gonna have a new coach. I think the assistant Joe Portney, he's gonna be coaching them until they get everything finalized for Doc Rivers. So that's gonna be a real interesting hire for them because knowing that is playoff history and knowing the Bucks playoff history besides the championship year in 2021, it's going to be very interesting to see where they finish in the playoffs. So
Just quick
only time
sidebar.
will tell.
Since Josh is we still waiting on Josh to join the pod, but Mid-Kale is
Yeah,
cooking
31
right
points.
now. He is
Yeah, 31
cooking.
points.
Yeah, he is cooking OG
Yeah.
Ananobi for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I had
Nick,
my
Nick
bingo
fans, y'all
card tonight,
turned
bro.
on him yet? Did y'all turn on OG yet?
Nah,
Y'all turned on Precious
nah.
Achua already? Did y'all turn
Bro,
on OG
dude.
yet?
Nah, not yet. No,
Okay.
we're not there. We're
um,
not there at all.
but moving along, we're gonna keep it in the Eastern Conference. Another trade had went down today. Terry Rozier. And so you have the Charlotte Hornets and the Miami Heat do a deal where Charlotte is sending Terry Rozier for Kyle Lowry and a first round pick. I believe it was a
Solid.
2025?
2027.
2027, yes.
Mhm.
2027 first. I think that was a
Good move.
good move for both teams. Considering that Rozier's contract is actually a team option. After this season or next season, if I'm not mistaken.
I think next season.
And having Charlotte to get off those books, get an expiring contract, and a first to kind of they're starting to go in the direction of a reset around LaMelo, Williams, and oh my God, Brandon Miller. So
Brandon Miller.
I like the trade for both teams. I now I think Charlotte, to me, signals to the rest of the league that they're open for business to take on either dead money, to kind of get off these contracts that they have on their books. And for Miami, they needed a point guard. They needed a guy that can be a threat at the guard position. There are going to be nights where Rozier, because of the way Jimmy Butler plays, and he's like he not saying he coasts, but he's very lax in certain spots of the game.
Laid back.
Right. He's not or not as aggressive, so to speak, until you get to the playoffs. And then he turns into prime MJ. But adding a guy like Rozier who can, command the ball, take shots, hit big shots, score in bunches, can shoot the ball. A little bit undersized, but he is aggressive. He is going to keep that defense honest. It's going to open up a lot for Hero, Butler, and Bam to get off, and Jaime Jaquez. Like I think if you have Jaquez and Rozier and Butler on the floor at the same time, that is going to be a very dynamic offense. I'm very curious and interested to see what Spo kind of mixes up for them, because I can imagine that high pick and roll between him and Bam is going to be very lethal. you're not going to go under the screen because Rozier is going to pull that three, or you know, are you committed to the roll man? And then you have the roll man, which is Bam, who who shoots great from the mid range and can finish at the rim. So I like the trade for both teams, and I think it's very rare you see two teams in the same division make a trade that benefits both parties.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that's cool and all. Heat fans, y'all got Lowry out of there. It's about damn time. That's cool and all. But what about the defense? What,
Don't worry, they got Eric Spoelstra. Like
that's cool and all.
I know I wouldn't worry. I'm not
but
worried.
Here's the thing: Rozier used to was a I wouldn't say great, but he was a serviceable defender when he was in Boston. And all he has to do is just give the effort, and if he does that on that side of the floor, the offense will make up for it.
So my thing is, I get that, right? But in today's basketball, like we're starting to see like the best perimeter defender usually, depending on the personnel, sometimes even say majority of the times does not guard the best perimeter player on the opposing team because they're saving their energy for the offensive end. So when I look at the projected starting lineup, right, possibly have Terry Rozier, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Jaime Jaquez at the 4, and Bam. Okay, we understand that Jimmy Butler is the best perimeter defender, but do you really want him exerting all his energy guarding the best perimeter play on the opposing team?
Yes, you can do that now.
Okay.
Because now, again, like I said, Rozier's averaging 21 points, and he's having career highs throughout all statistical career highs right now, right?
Fair.
Like he's shooting about 40% from mid range from the field. He's shooting damn near 40% from three, and he's averaging 21.3 points a game. I mean, Jimmy Butler can say, okay, I can take the best guy because I know offensively I don't have to carry the load like I was required to do. Because again, Terry Rozier is a guy that is going to put the ball in the basket.
So I'm here for the switch off. What happens when it's like, all right, I got to go in takeover mode. I can't really exert too much energy on the offense. Terry Rozier's shot not falling. This is all situational, all situational, right? You're not going to pull Bam, even though Bam can guard some perimeter players, but depending on who that opposing team is, right? And that's all matchups. That's all for Eric Spoelstra to figure out and everything. This is me just, just thinking about the different scenarios and everything. What if Bam got to guard that big and Jimmy Butler got to go in takeover mode? What do you do? Who's the switch up? Like, do you count on Jaime Jaquez? Do you count on Tyler Hero?
I think. I think.
Am I thinking too deep?
Yeah, you are.
You are.
I think you're reaching a little bit.
You're reaching.
Okay.
You know why? Is his because Spoelstra, knowing Spoelstra in the playoffs, he's going to cut that rotation.
Put that zone on.
Put the zone on. He's going to cut that rotation to 7 deep, 8 deep at the most.
Yep.
So because Terry Rozier, he's going to be in that rotation heavy. So I'm not going to have Spoelstra worry about the others. I know that Spoelstra is going to have his main guys as starting 5.
Right.
Butler, Bam, Tyler Hero, Jaquez, Rozier, Tyler Hero, Haywood Highsmith, and that's it. And he's gonna play heavy minutes with them. So I want to be like so caught up on the mismatches and which big the guard, the switch over rotation.
So,
like nah.
Eric, hold on. Like
because he did the same thing last year with the worst roster.
So you didn't have those questions last year when Gabe Vincent was going on. They went all the way to the finals.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm just saying.
I think because what it was though, it's Gabe Vincent's been in the league for how long, right? Terry's been in the league for what? I definitely want to say more than 5 years because I do remember that playoff run that he had with the Celtics. So Gabe Vincent was still giving serviceable effort on the defensive end. Now Terry Rozier, I've seen quite at times where it's just like, okay, like maybe their defensive quality is the same. That's probably where I'm pulling this information from, or my thought process is coming from. So that's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
I just think like it's. Let's just see what it looks like on the floor first
Right.
before we, you know, cast any aspersions on what that offense and defense is going to look like.
Yeah.
Um, Staying in the Eastern Conference because the East, man, has been it's an arms race.
The arms race. It's an arms race.
Um,
First, you had the
and
Knicks, the Pacers, and now the Miami Heat.
Yep, and not. I mean, last week you had Indiana and Toronto make a trade and sending Pascal Siakam to
Siakam.
to Indiana. For I believe the package was for Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, and 3 first-round picks.
And yes, a 3 first-round picks. So
Sheesh.
obviously, Toronto is on the mend to build around Scotty Barnes, which rightfully so. Which is what they should be doing, and selling off the veteran contracts that they have and those guys from that championship run, Indiana. Listen, they had to make that move. I think it was smart for them because as much as prolific Halliburton has been this year, and the style of play that he plays this year is could be very attractive to other stars. I don't think a star is kind of really signing up to go to Indiana. So the organization did something smart. And they did something very, very smart too with Bruce Brown. So obviously, Bruce Brown, his choice in the offseason was it came down to 2 teams, and it came down to the Lakers because the Lakers had the MLE. They was going to give him the full MLE, and then the Pacers came in, with that 2-year, I believe, and it was a $24 million contract.
24.
So if you look at it, he was going to get $12 million from the Lakers, but now if you can get 24 from Indiana, you go get that money. So, he signs with Indiana. Indiana then trades him for a very good package in the star. So, and then now Toronto reaps the benefits of that, and they could also flip Bruce Brown for more picks down the line and more young pieces that they need to start their rebuild process around Scotty Barnes. So it makes sense for Indiana. They've already played, I believe, 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, already together.
Yeah, they're playing right now.
Yes, and they're playing right now against the Denver Nuggets. I still think they have a move to make, but a nucleus of Halliburton, Siakam, and Miles Turner is I think is not.
If he's still there, because they love putting Miles Turner and Buddy Hill in a trade. Well, they're always on a trade block every season.
Yeah, for sure.
Every
Yeah.
I just think though, like those 3 guys do complement each other. I think Siakam's going to like the pace of I think he's going to like the pace that the Pacers play at.
Yeah.
And again, Halliburton's a guy's going to get you the ball. So, he spreads the floor. He can shoot. Siakam can also defend to a degree. He is a big wing. And I think he is the ideal second piece to Halliburton and what they're trying to do in Indiana. So to me, I like the trade. It makes sense for them. You're going to have to give up assets to get players to be on that squad. And now they also have money this coming summer.
To re-sign him.
And they can re-sign him. And also they can get another guy. Never know. a guy by name Paul George, who is also a free agent. If he's not extended at any given moment this time by the Clippers. So hey, I think Indiana has set themselves up well for the future, and especially in the Eastern Conference, where after maybe the 1 or 2 seeds, if it's pretty wide open. So I think the trade bodes well for them.
Yeah, so I think they needed to make a trade, and this is a perfect trade for them. Getting Siakam gives them a second scorer to pair with Halliburton, and basically what Ernest has said. Um, and also, even though he's on his last year of his contract, Siakam had to ensure the Pacers that he was going to re-sign him, because because before the trade, there were rumors about the Kings, there were rumors about the Mavericks trying to
Wait,
trade for him,
so
and
is he committing?
yeah, he's committed to re-sign with the
Oh,
Pacers.
he
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Because
They're
okay,
gonna resign
yeah,
him. Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because remember, during before the trade, there was rumors of him going to Sacramento,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he told the Kings, he told the Mavericks, he told other teams that I'm not re-signing unless it's the Raptors. But I guess what happened was with Halliburton, he met with Halliburton and met with a couple of other teammates from the Pacers. It's like, okay, I've been wanting to play alongside with Halliburton, and now you see the traction what Tyrese Halliburton is starting to get from other players in the league, saying that okay, Indiana might be another destination to play alongside with Halliburton.
Okay.
So, and also just to go back on the topic, this is the third. That was the second trade that was made by a team in the East in the playoff standings. As you look at the standings currently right now, 1 and 2 are basically in lock with the Celtics and Bucks. The three is the Sixers. Also, and after three from 4 to 8, it's literally wide open, but they're starting to create separation because
Right.
you got the Celtics, you got the Cavaliers at 4, Knicks at 5. They're gonna battle. I think they're gonna battle each other out for home court, and you might have another first round series between those two teams.
Yeah.
Then you have Miami. You have underneath. You got Miami, Indiana, Orlando. So let's see if those three teams and Indiana. So you got those 4 teams trying to battle out to stay in the top 6, or if they're gonna stay in the playing at 7 and 8. So it's gonna be real fascinating these next couple of weeks before heading to trade deadline February 8th, which other team in that group makes another move. So Indiana, they needed to make it and they made the move, and and this is a perfect trade for them. As far as the Raptors, as you know, they're gonna start. They already start the rebuild mode. Um, their plan is to rebuild around Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett, and Emmanuel quickly, and also to retrain more draft picks. Also they're also trying to flip Bruce Brown for another boatload of picks. So let's see what happens with Bruce Brown as we head towards trade deadline. So there's a lot of other teams rumors to trade for him. Lakers, Knicks, um,
And speaking of the Knicks, just
other
quick
teams.
sidebar, real quick. Jalen Brunson just hit a big shot, put the
And
Knicks
on cue,
down by 1
down 1.
Yeah, the
against the
Knicks are gonna
I'm
win
not
this
Bucks.
worried.
game. Like
Yeah, I'm not worried about this game. I ain't worried about this game because the
whoa,
Nets,
whoa,
they
whoa, 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 whoa.
no, I watched the Nets the last couple weeks. They've been dog doodled in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, not against
Family
us,
show.
but
They've been dog doodle. Except for the Clipper game. That made no sense. The Laker game, I'm still trying to figure out how they won that game. So
Josh, where are you?
yeah,
Um,
Josh, you need answers, bro.
go ahead,
So yeah,
Eric. Though.
those are my thoughts on the Siakam trade. I just also I felt like it's a battle of the arm. It's an arms race in the Eastern Conference playoff race between the 4 through 8, and now what are the other teams in the top of the East going to make? What moves are they going to make? The Celtics going to make a move. I think they need to make a move to help the bench. The Bucks, they fired their coach. What other moves can they make to at least fortify the defense? You got rumors about DeJounte Murray, the Bucks linking to DeJounte Murray. Like basically everyone wants him. Um,
Yeah.
the
The only one team was
76ers.
gonna get him though.
The 76ers. What moves can they make to solidify their position in the East? And Joel Embiid just had a monster game last night, just dropping 70 points. Tyrese Maxey, he's averaging close to 30. So, what other moves can they make to solidify that spot for the Sixers? So, a lot of moving parts going on right now as we head towards trade deadline. So, we'll definitely keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
So when
No,
the
go ahead. Go ahead.
when the trade happened, I gave some of my thoughts on Instagram. If you don't know, follow us at the Swoosh Who's Podcast.
Oh my God,
Um,
Cam Johnson. What was
Join
that?
the community, chop it up with us. We
1 point
here,
game,
we love
one
talking
point game,
hoops.
baby.
But you guys informed me on something I did not know. I wasn't sure of the security that the Indiana Pacers was going to get by making that trade for Pascal Siakam.
Come on, man, with the Siakam.
Hey man, hey. So that was just one of my
Nick
worries.
Ball, you know?
That was one of my worries when the trade happened, because it's like, all right, but let me ask you guys this question: how much weight does a verbal commitment hold, especially in the middle of the season?
I think it
Um,
holds a lot.
Here's
I
the
think it
thing though,
holds.
like agent relationships are very important.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
if a player says, "Hey, if I get traded here, I'm going to re-sign him," unless things just go,
Because he could be like, Indiana sucks, French Lick sucks, it's
And
country
the
out
Knicks,
here.
and the Knicks got
yeah.
the lead.
So,
Let's go.
um, I think I I don't see a scenario where Pascal goes anywhere else, and I think the intention was he gets traded there to resign, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't. I'm pretty confident in that.
That was a huge like I said, that was, I guess, like a thing to worry about. When I was thinking about the trade, giving my grades and stuff like that, I thought that the Toronto Raptors did a great job, landing those 3 first-round picks. Because obviously they're in rebuild mode, like we spoke about. They're building behind Scotty Barnes, and they still got talent that they can still ship out to get more picks. See whatever those deals decide to be. But as far as the Pacers, like we spoke about, pairing up Pascal Siakam with Halliburton, that hey man, pairing them up, that's it. But yes, they do need one more. Like, definitely, it gives them a wing presence on the defensive end, something that they needed, because the Pacers could not play. They don't play a lick of defense. I don't care what you say about Miles Turner. Sure, he could block a shot here and there, but like, yeah, like for him to constantly be on the block, of course, his contract is, but you want to ship him out for other assets. But I think um Pascal, he kind of like slows the pace down, especially on the defensive end. So just giving my quick thoughts about that. So
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
listen, Indiana's 0-3 because they just lost since the
Just
trade.
lost to the Nuggets. Thank you,
Um,
Nuggets.
they, and like I think go winless, right?
he's
Which
like,
is
this
impossible.
sucks.
But like I said, I'm very confident that the intentions were for him to be dealt there because he's going to get
Yeah.
the max dollars that he was actually looking for, that the other teams weren't too keen on. So, in other news though, obviously, trade deadline and all that stuff is looming, but we do have the Olympics this summer. And what's crazy about it is finally we get the pool of, I believe, let me just see here, if I'm not mistaken.
Says about like what, 41 players.
Yes, I believe
41
it's
players.
41 to
Yeah,
42
41 players.
players
Yeah.
who have been selected by the Olympic Committee and the USA Team Committee, and that and here's the featured 20. So features 28 players who have represented the U.S. in Olympics and or FIBA Men's World Cup, and who have together have collected 23 Olympic or World Cup gold medals. The 2024 USA National men's basketball team finalists are Bam Adebayo, Jared Allen, Paolo Banchero, Desmond Bain, Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Jimmy Butler, Alex Caruso, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, Darren Fox, Paul George, Aaron Gordon, Tyrese Halliburton, James Harden, Josh Hart, Tyler Hero, Drew Holiday, Chet Holmgren, Brandon Ingram, Kyrie Irving, Jaren Jackson Jr., LeBron James, Cam Johnson, Walker Kessler, Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, Bobby Portis, Austin Reeves, Duncan Robinson, Jason Tatum, Derek White, and Trae Young. So, with that being said, clearly, the oh wow, Nick's about to blow this. Clearly, the USA is sending their Avengers, and
we knew this already, though.
Yes. I definitely did. I think we talked about this.
Like during the summer.
Yes, during the summer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And man, I just think it's that's the starting five should be. Yeah. The starting five should be AD at the 5. Your 4 is LeBron, or I'm not even gonna go. It's gonna be positionless. So it's gonna be your best 5 to me is gonna be AD, LeBron. No, sorry,
Joel.
I am sorry, AD.
Embiid.
It's gonna be Embiid,
Mr. 70.
Yeah, it's gonna be Embiid.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be KD, LeBron,
DX chopping.
It's gonna be Embiid, KD, LeBron, Tatum, and then probably Steph. Right, and then like then your bench is gonna be AD, Bam. It'll be AD, Bam. Ooh, it gets tricky here. Booker. Kawhi. It gets tricky when you get down to the nitty gritty of it. So, but at the end of the day, I do think the USA team is going to ultimately win gold, because I don't foresee anybody in the country in the world beating this squad that's been put together.
Yeah, that's fair. Really not too much comments, just more participants to the pool. But we, like you just explained, we all know for sure the guys that's going, because this past summer it wasn't great. It wasn't good to us. So you bring out the big guns. You get LeBron. See, I would love to have that excitement about my favorite team, but my favorite team lost to this team, the team that's in black, the Brooklyn Nets, the other night. So, but
Randall take it, bro.
And we're gonna
give it. Randall take it.
We're gonna get washed tonight too. So
wait, what you said, Eric? You said give it and take it.
Hey,
Randall giveth. You know what?
See pause.
Leave me alone. Randall giveth, Randall taketh. All right, how about that?
But
listen to me every freaking time, bro.
Before we conclude, because the Lakers are coming up to play in a few.
We're talking about Embiid real quick.
Cat. Yes, let's talk about Embiid and Cat, and I also want to get to the trade deadline stuff. There's been a lot of stuff going on.
So let's finish out with that. So last night, Joel Embiid put up a career high, broke the record for most points scored as a 76er, beating Wilt Chamberlain's record. I feel like Wilt has like every record. Like in terms of like records, the record book, he just sits on top of records. But he scored 100, but that has yet to be proven. So anyway. Embiid, I just found it very ironic that I just finished making a video on the late great Kobe Bryant. If you don't know, yesterday, January 22nd, 18 years ago, January 22nd, 2006, Kobe Bryant dropped 81 points against the Toronto Raptors. I just found it really ironic that 18 years,
Oh,
18 years to the day.
okay, Julius.
Wait,
Okay,
hold on. We got some action here.
okay,
Well,
Julius.
I'm behind, so
Okay.
oh, oh,
Another
oh. Okay,
one.
Julius. Okay,
But yeah, I'm
okay.
go ahead.
But I just think it was quite ironic
Sheesh.
that Embiid came out to score, and at one point, I was panicking in the chat. I was like, "No,
You really was
Embiid,
panicking.
You
no
really was
Embiid."
panicking in the chat.
Oh, Josh
Like,
Hart. That should have been an N1, but okay.
ain't no
Oh,
way.
you need some-
Ain't no way he
you
about
need
to
this stuff.
score more than 81
All right,
points
let's go. Let's go.
on the anniversary of my dog scoring
Take
81.
your
So that didn't
time.
sit well with
Yeah.
me. But
Nah, yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
it was a great game. I didn't really get to watch much of it.
What's crazy because I watched the game and I thought I was like, hey man, is he could how he was cooking in the second quarter.
What
I was like,
bro.
all right, it's a TV timeout.
Anyway,
It's a TV timeout. It's a TV
Mix
timeout.
up by 4.
I after the second quarter, I was like, oh,
We gave him an ass,
I was like, I think he might do it.
And
I think he might do it.
When he got to 59 points through 3 quarters, I'm like, yo, he might pull it off.
it didn't dawn on me until y'all said something, and then I'm like, wait a minute, hold on,
And I was
slow
like,
down.
all he got to do is score 22. Ooh,
Right.
he could do it.
And like I'm saying it like Nick Nurse, sub him out. But
no, he was not subbing him out. He was tips and he was
but
tips
also
last night, bro.
that was his first matchup with Wemby, and Wemby dropped 33 as well. But just like Embiid was just too much for the Spurs to handle. So congrats to Embiid, but like we all say, I just wish that this translates to the playoffs. His dominant performance and his dominant run that Embiid is on for the season. Any other thoughts about Embiid real quick before we get into Cat?
Embiid is the best scorer in the league right now.
Yeah,
I don't care what no one says.
yeah.
He's arguably the best the scoring big we've ever seen.
Hey, we making Patrick Beverly look like a genius right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what he's been doing,
29-16
it's
quarter.
It's very impressive to see because the mid-range shot, like from all points of the court, it doesn't matter. From the post, mid-range, 3, like, and he moves at his own pace.
Yeah.
It's aside from like the obvious flopping that he does, because that is very annoying. I'm not gonna lie, it's very annoying. But other than that, he gets to his spots, and no matter what you like, no matter what the defense is trying to do, he has a counter for that. So right now, he is the best big man in the league, rightfully so. He's the MVP, and he should be 2-time MVP at the end of this year.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt, no question. So, with that being said, we had another player, who tried to. These dudes were trying to give me a heart attack last night, trying to go for 81 points. They need to chill out. Call Anthony Towns. What did he put up? 62?
62, yeah.
Yep,
62.
Kobe did that
L.
in 3 quarters, though.
And, right, like it's nothing. Outscored the other team, the team that went on to go to the finals. But we could talk about this all day. But anyway, Cat dropped 62 in a losing effort against the Charlotte Hornets, and he played his way. He played his team out of the game.
Yeah.
On the bench.
Yeah. They were forcing, because what happened was like, the coach did bench him, but like there was the reason why he benched him was he was forcing shot after shot after shot, trying to get to to whatever his goal was.
Baby.
Yeah.
The coach the coach like really
10 threes though.
Yeah, he hit 10 threes.
10 threes though.
He lit into them in the post game though.
He lit into them in the post game though. He's like, you played disgustingly. That was not the right way to play basketball. Yeah, he was not happy after that game and
No.
the ending. And on top of that, they had a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter and blew it and lost.
Yeah. Not the way you want to end a game, a scoring outburst like that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, kudos to Cat, but you know, it doesn't get that much praise because it was in a losing effort.
That's very cat-like. Remember when Devin Booker dropped 70 in the L?
Let's go get him. Let's go get him.
And Jay Crowder was like, I never seen a team so happy to lose. But crazy, man. But
and lastly, before we end it, obviously, you know, trades have been happening. The trade deadline is in about 2.5 weeks from now. Armani.
February 8th is a special day, man.
February 8th is a very, very special day. And
oh boy.
That is not only is the trade deadline, but that also is the day the Kobe statue gets unveiled in front of Crypto.com Arena in downtown Los Angeles, where the Lakers play. Myself and Armani will be in attendance. Staples, the house that Kobe built.
Yes,
the house that Kobe built. Myself and Armani will be there in attendance, live in the flesh, in person.
Hey, so look,
rebound. We good.
Lake Show.
We good.
If y'all try to pull any of that BS, I'm tearing that building down.
So the crazy thing is, it's the Lakers are in a very interesting dilemma. You know, I'm sure Jeannie wants the vibes to be good. I'm sure Jeannie wants the atmosphere to be live and positive, because it's going to be a very a very emotional day. You know, with Kobe and Gigi, and you don't want to have the lingering struggles of the season and the frustrations that the fans have with the performance of the Lakers thus far looming over that day.
And then plus on top of that, we played the champions, the Denver Nuggets, the team that swept us. So
yes, we played the Nuggets that night, and it's on the first half of a back-to-back, because the next night we play the Pelicans,
which is the game that we're going to be attending. But
yes,
there's a lot of feelings in that game. Obviously,
all right, I'm good. My team wins again
for obvious reasons. I wish I could say this. I wish I could say this. I wish I could say the same, Eric.
Your coach, yo, you need to fire coach and trade Spencer.
Go ahead, Eric. Bro. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
I feel sorry for you, bro. I feel sorry for you, bro.
Wow, Josh, you ducking? You said you was joining the pod. We about to end the pod. Josh, are you ducking, Josh? Wow. Josh, you are ducking.
Well, all in all, game is very emotional. Kobe Bryant is getting his statue, and we also played the Denver Nuggets. So it's a lot of emotion in that game. Us as fans, we want to get that W, because like that's still something that we need. You know, obviously you want to win because of Kobe, but that's still something that we need. We got swept in the postseason in the Western Conference Finals, and we got to go get that. We owe Jokic one.
You know what's
we
crazy,
owe Jamal
Armani?
Murray one.
Armani, because it's going to be an emotional day, and depending on what the roster looks like, I think we're getting smoked. I think we get washed that night, man.
Like I said, crypto ain't gonna be no more.
but as we talk about the trade deadline, obviously, you know, the biggest name the Lakers have been linked to thus far is DeJounte Murray. What are your thoughts on the possibility of adding DeJounte Murray by way of trading D'Angelo Russell and possibly Jalen Hood-Schifino and a pick swap for DeJounte? How do you feel about that? And you know, like, what are your thoughts?
Just real quick, it's not a needle mover, man. It's not. Like, I like his skill set, but it's not. But maybe, because the reason why I'm saying is from what I've been seeing this season.
I can use him.
It's from what I'm seeing. Like, outside shooting, not the best. Because of his skill set, because of his physicals, he's able to defend. But that's something that I haven't seen this season. So that's why I'm saying
Can I ask you? Can I challenge you on as to why you haven't seen it this season? Who is he paired up with?
Trey.
Okay, so if he has to be the primary defender on every single matchup that there is every time Atlanta plays, there's a lot on him to do.
No, of course. But wouldn't that be the same when he comes here?
Not when you have Anthony Davis on your back line.
I mean, yeah, but from the perimeter.
So would you say Dennis Schroeder was a good defender last season for the Lakers?
Not good. Very, and I don't want to say the word. I don't want to say he definitely gave effort. Like more than effort. Like there was times he's Dennis the Menace. Like, come on. He's Dennis the Menace.
Now, what I'm saying to you is D'Lo's been great. He's been great for this last month
when he's playing.
so far. When he's starting. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, yes.
But like obviously a Reeves and D'Lo backcourt.
No.
Defensively, it is horrid, right?
No.
Like it's terrible. They can't stay in front of anybody. They have trouble guarding point of attack. That's not their type of forte. They get beat on screens. You know, they get beat on one-on-ones a lot. Adding DeJounte mitigates some of that because one, the Lakers are not going to trade Austin Reeves. He's for one, he's on a long-term salary controlled for what you get. The production you get out of him for the salary that you're paying him, that is a positive value.
Right.
D'Angelo is on a 2-year deal. He's on the first year of a 2-year deal with an opt-out after this year. And also, let me remind you, waived his no-trade clause when he signed a new contract this past offseason. That, to me, is very telling to say that the intentions were he was going to get moved.
Yeah.
So what player is out there that's on the trading block? Would you give him up for Bruce Brown?
D'Lo?
Yes.
It depends on what the package is looking like.
Because they're not gonna play devil's advocate. Because if you trade D'Lo for Bruce Brown, who's gonna be your primary ball handler?
Right. Exactly. No, I get that. I feel that.
So if you're gonna move D'Lo,
hey, but there's also works that we might be interested in getting Dennis back. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that, but
as much as we love Dennis, we also hate Dennis.
Yes.
But, we also hate him.
But again, like you're doing all that when you could have just re-signed him, but you're going to give up an asset to get him back. Like it doesn't make any sense, right? So, I love the fit personally. If we get DeJounte, I think he's a prototypical point guard that we need, a guy that can get rebounds, get downhill, who's a bigger guard, that can help with, that can help defensively and offensively, clutch guy, right, on the court and his personal agency.
2 game winners in a row,
so. We'll see. I mean, there's other guys on the trading block. For the Knicks, they need bench scoring, and I think the best option for them are these three guys in no order.
Colin Sexton.
No,
Colin Sexton.
I don't think so. I'm saying three guys. It's Bruce Brown, it's Brogdon.
To score? For Bruce?
Yeah.
Bruce Brown. It was Bruce Brown.
To score?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you think about Bruce Brown, he's not your a lot of people are like saying he's Josh Hart 2.0.
Oh, we got breaking news.
He's more. Yeah, Doc Rivers is the head coaching job.
Doc Rivers is now the head coach of the
Milwaukee Bucks. Whoa, big yo.
Yes, I need that. Yes.
Man keeps getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity.
Doc Rivers accepts. So this is live on TNT right now. It says CNN reports Doc Rivers accepts Milwaukee Bucks head coaching position.
Yes. This man is still riding the wave of a championship. What? 16 years ago?
guarantee of 3-1. He's losing the series.
16
Oh
years
boy.
ago, right? 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Still riding the
Yeah,
wave.
16 years ago. Yeah.
I was in middle school.
You know how
Wow.
many 3-1 series lead that coach had, and how many series playoff series he's lost with that? Oh my gosh!
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
goodness.
And and on top of that, with Dame and Giannis on the clock both to win the chip. If I'm the Sixers, if I'm the Bucks, no, if I'm the
You're
Sixers,
hired.
Celtics, Cavaliers, Heat, and the Knicks, I'm licking my chops.
We'll see. We'll
If
see. We'll see how it
I'm the
pans
top
out,
two,
man.
if, even
But
the
real quick,
Pacers, even the Pacers.
yeah. I mean, Pacers own them this season. But real quick before we end it, yeah, I think the Knicks, personally, Bruce Brown should be the number one get. Because of the championship experience, because he's a Tibbs guy and CAA and all that.
And on top of that, he after the game Saturday, he went on and said he went on and said that, hey, I'm a perfect fit for Tibbs and the whole culture. I rebound, play defense, also I can shoot the ball. So basically, he was
He's
like basically
campaigning.
auditioning. He's campaigning himself to be on the Knicks.
Yep.
So there you go. And I
Yep.
think it'd be a perfect fit.
Yeah, I think so too. And also, I'm not mad at adding Malcolm Brogdon. I think Brogdon, he's a big guard as well. Can defend, can shoot. Plays in control. And
Should have signed him, baby.
Yo,
Yeah,
you know
Should have
what's
re-signed
crazy?
him,
So I seen a
but you
report
couldn't.
yesterday. That they were trying to get him back, and I'm like, get out of here! Like, what? Y'all let him
Yeah.
go.
yeah,
Y'all
they're
let him
trying to get
go.
him back.
No,
Yeah.
let me have Bruce Brown. Let me have Bruce Brown pause. Let me have Bruce Brown pause.
Yo, Eric, you gotta chill. You
Listen, bro.
gotta chill.
Listen. My team is 10 games over 500. We're approaching trade deadline.
I
I'm
wish I
trying to
could
make
say the
moves. I'm
same.
trying to go for the chip. I ain't trying to go. Listen, playoffs is all good.
Uh-oh, here we
I
go.
want my team to win the chip.
Oh
It's
God.
time.
Here
It's
we
time.
go.
You're
It's
not
time.
you're not better than the Celtics. So all right, that dream is dead.
We'll get there. We'll see. We'll see when they get there.
Yeah. But yeah. I think that's I think that's who the Knicks should target. But there's other teams out there. Obviously,
That was crazy.
yeah, that was OD, Christian, right? That was OD. That was OD.
That was what?
There also been rumblings about the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns trading
Hey, I said what I said, bro. Pause.
that, and you're doubling down. Wow. I have lost some train of thought. Jesus Christ.
Yo.
So Phoenix also they've been rumblings about the Suns getting Miles Bridges. So we'll see how that pans out and works out.
With what assets?
Probably Grayson Allen and what's his name, Metu, in a couple seconds or something like that.
He's your best shoot. Whatever.
We'll see. We'll see. Again, these are just things through the grapevine that I'm hearing, and we'll see what happens. But it's going to be a fun. Go ahead.
Speaking on the Suns, real quick. We all see this report. Kevin Durant. I'm gonna try to finish this about like 2 minutes, two to 5 minutes, real quick. Kevin Durant, he well, I'm not the GOAT. Well, I'm not in the GOAT conversation. We see Stephen A's rant, but like KD, do I need to go down a list of all the things that you've done? Let's start with the elephant. Well, granted, Kevin Durant is one of the best scorers of all time, but you know what's crazy? Just sidebar, when he reacted to Embiid dropping 70 yesterday, KD never scored more than 60.
55 was his career high.
Yeah. So, when you think of all the best scorers in a game, they definitely scored more than 60. Braun has more than 60. So, but anyway, KD, MVP, multi-time All-Star, first ballot Hall of Fame. But here's where two-time NBA champion with an asterisk next to it. That's the reason why. Because you left your man's Russ high and dry in Oklahoma for dead. And you went to the team that beat you in the Western Conference in the 7-game series when you did not show up. This same Warrior team that you went to previously won 73 games and came within what, a LeBron block, a Kyrie jumper over Curry to win the championship. So why can't you be included in the GOAT conversation? Because you haven't done anything since you left Golden State. You've been in Brooklyn with Hella and James Harden, and you got nothing to show for it. Now, not everything is all your fault. I'm playing devil's advocate. Josh may think otherwise, but I will give you this. That game 7 against Milwaukee, you was hooping. It's just a shame that you had a big foot, pause if necessary, was on that line, and that could have taken y'all to the championship, because that could have won y'all the championship because Kyrie was coming back. So that's why you're not in the GOAT conversation. And then you shy away. Now you're on Phoenix. You asked out for a trade. You're on Phoenix now. You're with D-Book and Bradley Beal, who is the great value version, the Walmart version of what you had in Brooklyn. And how's that working out for you, KD? I know you hit a clutch shot against the Chicago Bulls the other night, and you've been hooping. It's no question that KD is not a hooper. But I came to understand that that's what you are, and that's a hooper. And that's okay. But hoopers, leaders, guys who could take over. Well, actually, I'll take that one away. Hoopers and leaders are guys who are considered the GOAT conversation. You talk about Mike, talk about Kobe, talk about Bron, talk about Kareem, talk about Shaq, Duncan, Bill. The list goes on. And it's crazy that you brought that up, because KD's what? KD's definitely nobody's top 10.
Huh?
KD's in nobody's top 10.
He's in my top 10.
What?
Yeah, you're wild.
What?
KD?
Yes.
Nah.
KD's top 10.
Come on, bro.
KD's top 10.
We could talk about this another day.
Yeah.
KD's top 10.
Yeah.
See, I just struck a nerve.
KD's top 10.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, come on.
Whoa.
I'm staying 10 toes down on that. But anyway, not in my book. And that's what the show is about, opinions, right?
Yeah.
But that's just my spiel, KD. Look, I'm not taking no credit. And when I post this, you might even DM us. Give us a follow while you at it, though. But KD, though.
Hey, Scrap. Listen, Scrap. I ain't co-signing. Some of the things he's saying.
Look, I tag my IG on all the posts too. So if you want to holler at me, KD, we could talk. You know what I'm saying? But KD, though, you good in my book. But to be in the GOAT conversation, volcanic.
Facts, Dante. Facts,
bro. Facts.
Okay.
KD one of them ones, man.
No, don't get me wrong. He a hooper.
One of the greatest hoopers of all time.
And that I just thought, now that since we on the conversation, we could, our next episode, we do like a little list, top 5, top 10. I might revisit what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, I think you should.
But whatever, right? KD, you good in my book. It's no disrespect, but to be considered in the GOAT talk, you're not there, bro. And it's okay. It's okay.
All right, with that being said, we're gonna end this pod because I am not gonna follow up after that. And until next time,
what an episode.
Hopefully we'll get some more trades in. And
we need Josh back.
Yeah,
we need Josh back, bro.
Josh got some explaining to do on the next pod. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace and love. We're about to watch the Lakers get absolutely crushed tonight.
Yo, bet that money line with some money, y'all.
But I pray they win tonight. But I just speaking facts and reality. LeBron James is not playing. So, but until then,
I'm good.
Peace and love, everyone. Peace and love, everybody, and we holler at you.
Oops, see y'all next week, and I'm good, y'all.